Hello, people, listeners, followers, whatever, subscribers. I don't generally like doing videos like this. I really don't. They are, they're negative in nature, in my opinion, and they're kind of distractions. And I'm on a roll with my new videos, and I'm glad that you guys like them, and I'm honored for the support and the love and the outpour of people who are actually watching them and getting them and understanding them, and I really appreciate that. And I do have a new one coming out probably Wednesday or Thursday actually. But I do want to talk about something that's like kind of pressing. It's stupid because I shouldn't have to talk about it, and people will probably get pissed that I'm even giving this attention because really it's not worth it, but it needs to be addressed. Just like I don't do videos about people. It's not in my nature to do stuff like that. If I have a problem with someone, you guys who follow me on Twitter know that I have no issue confronting someone on Twitter or saying what I have to say in a twit longer. And that's fine. It's just how I deal with things. I don't make videos about people. I do not waste my channel on things like that because it's a waste of time. The very few times that I've actually addressed something on my channel, it was really needed to be, because I just got tired of tweeting it and people just hearing one side of things because they don't follow me on Twitter. I know people listen to a video or pay attention to a video better. So yeah, that was a whole different kind of a situation. The last one that I did, I'm just gonna stop right here and say that I don't bash people who make videos. I don't bash people who have different theories other than my own. I don't do that. The whole situation that happened with Pearl Jr. was simply because I knew that Peter Pan, PYT, was not Michael, and it just got out of control and got blown out of proportion. It was stupid. Pearl Jr., whoever she may be, one thing that I will always know is that she batted for Michael during the trial, and she was there, and she did a lot of hard work to vindicate his name, and I respect her for that. No matter what our opinions are on Michael faking his death or his reasoning or clues or whatever, it doesn't matter. I will always respect that she was there for Michael during that time, and like I said, we could have differences in opinions or whatever, but that was never a video to bash Pearl, and I think it was taken as that, but it wasn't. It was about people who play games and confuse people, that's really the only other time I did a video about another video maker, because I don't do that. It's not my thing. And Michael said when he did the Geraldo interview, I think in 2005 before the trial, he specifically said that when another artist has to bash an artist to get something to sell or to get popular, then that's not a real artist. It's propaganda, and it's childish. It's really immature. It's schoolyard shit, and it is. And this whole thing with Doug or D-Movie or whatever, I remember when Doug first started making videos a couple of years ago, and he would post them on Mo and Sousa's forum, and people would just bash the hell out of him, and I didn't know who he was. He was the Michael Project. I remember that. And I was like, I never heard of this guy, so I started watching his videos. So when he was doing the Michael Project videos, and I was like, oh my god, these videos are so good. They were really good. They were very well thought out, and he was also a fan of my work, and he would tell me, you do really good videos, just, he had some issues with how I spoke, but he was like, you don't need to call yourself a bitch, you're a good person, you're a wonderful woman, you don't need to be like that, and I respected that, and I really liked what Doug had to say, what he was doing. I really did like him, and people were bashing him, and I was so used to it myself, because people have always been like that towards me since I started, because they have problems with how I address things. So he was really good, and the only problem I really have with Doug is he started making comments on my videos about he kind of started getting kind of arrogant and started making comments on my videos like, well, you're not getting to the point, or you're missing the point. And I was just like, hey, listen, I've been doing this like a lot longer than you, and you don't need to tell me what to do. You could have your opinion and I can have mine. And that kind of caused a weird rift between us. But it wasn't bad. I mean, he eventually apologized, and I apologized, and it was good. We were good. I thought we were okay. So all this stuff started happening, and I'm not going to bore people with the whole drama with Captain AO and MJ Viva. I'll get to that, but in the letter, the twit longer that he wrote. But what it comes down to is people being bullied right now. And you know what? There's a lot of things. There was a witch hunt for Michael, and it hurt him, and it ruined him, it fucked his life up. And people I can handle a lot. I'm a tough girl. I'm sensitive, but I'm tough. I've been through a lot. People have dragged me through the mud the past couple of years. People have attacked me. I'm used to it, but I can't stand by and let someone that's innocent, someone that's sweet get bullied. I'm not letting that happen, period. And it's not this person needs me to speak for them, because they don't. But there are things that need to be addressed right now. So they're going to be addressed. I'm going to read this tweet longer, and as I read it, I'm going to respond to things that's being said in it, because maybe it's issues or concerns that other people have. I don't know. But the videos that I'm doing are about to get really intense and raw, and may piss a lot of people off, may confuse people. So I'm just going to get things on the table and let people know what my agenda is, if you even call it an agenda. But I'm going to just respond to this crazy shit that this idiot wrote in his tweet longer, so people know what the real deal is, okay? Sorry I had to waste, 5 minutes with that introduction, but it is what it is, okay? So let me just start by reading what he says, okay? He says, I'm going to clear the air on some things because I see people just won't leave well enough alone. Shelly was a crew member. She is no longer a crew member. She knows exactly why. Okay, Shell is Rochelle Shelley. You guys all know Shell. She has been around in this. Before this idiot even started making videos, Shell has been a good friend to a lot of people in the death hoax community. She's a wonderful, amazing, strong black woman. She's educated. She's very smart. And she's just a good person. Now, this whole crew shit, how it even starts out, she's no longer a crew member. This is not like high school. This is not junior high. That to me is an ulterior motive. A crew member, so you get kicked out of a clique. We're not supposed to have individual groups and all this. This is not supposed to be like this, period. So for him to even start off like that is an indication that there's something really shady going on. He says, when you keep asking questions about the same things like a child after I've told you several times what to do and how to handle it, what choice do you leave me? Okay, whatever. That's just demeaning, okay? Then he says, I've had to speak to Rochelle on too many times about the same topic, and it gets old after a while. If you don't or can't understand what I'm saying, then you are not ready for what I have to offer. I don't know what can make somebody be that cocky that they have all the answers, or to disrespect. If people don't understand something, you keep explaining until they do understand. That's how it works. That's one of the comments he would leave in my videos. You have to, some people don't get things as fast. Some people don't understand things fast. You have to make them understand. If you really care about people and you're trying to help them, you help them to understand things. He says, after 2 years, what would you do? What I would do and what I have done is I've stuck by people who don't understand, have patience with people who don't understand, who come to me and want help. I help those people. I spend the time. I give them links. I refer them to books. I help people understand things. That's what you do, okay, when you really care about people. Then he goes on to say, the decision had less to do with Brandy and more to do with Shell's fan behavior. Brandy is of no concern to me, and the fact that Shell would need her to speak on her behalf speaks volumes about herself. I am not speaking on behalf of Shell. This is my opinion about what's being done to my friend. Shell is a grown-ass woman that has been there to back me up. Many times when people were screwing with me, when people were messing with me, she has been a really good friend to me. And I'm just batting for her because I want to. She never asked me to go to these people or say anything. The exact opposite. But I'll get to that later. Okay, he says there's no secret agenda other than facing up to the truth and facts, none of which Brandy has ever really had. Her videos are her own personal rants with just text and blaring music behind them that are designed to confuse rather than enlighten. Okay, so, alright, I'm sorry. Okay, check this out. My videos are not personal rants, and they're not text and blaring music. I love music. I live music. I breathe music. It's awesome. I just love it. I love everything about music. It's inspiring. I love music, so I play music in my videos. People don't want me to play music in the videos, I won't. We'll take a vote, no problem. The text, okay, I'm not talking to someone, I'm writing just like he does. Just like he uses movies to explain movies. Like, what the hell? Okay, but whatever. They're not personal. Like I have said before, everything that I put in my videos, people can easily go and validate that information. What I put in my videos, I do express my own opinion because I'm allowed to. It's my God-given right to express my opinions, but they are My videos are all fact-based. If you go on any one of my videos and take the information, you can easily research that information. It's there for you to research. It's there. You can easily find anything that I put in my videos. For him to say that I just blare my rant, my own personal opinion, is ridiculous. And anybody who watches my videos and has a brain knows they can go and research everything that I say and back that up. He says the truth is they are works born out of laziness and spite, painting villains where there are none. The one who is always on a mission to find villains usually is always the biggest villain in the room. Okay, the song that I need to be listening to is Man in the Mirror, because that is what hurt in most of these people's dilemmas truly lies. Okay, the only villain that I paint in my videos is how the Illuminati is tried to control Michael's life. Why is this guy defending powerful elite that try to ruin Michael's life? Does that make any sense? He says the person who's always trying to paint a villain usually is the villain. So I guess everybody who's making videos, making blogs and Twitters attacking me are really the villains, because I don't do that stuff. I don't bother people. I defend myself, but I don't bother people. The only people I talk about in my videos are people who tried to hurt Michael. I thought our mission here was to vindicate Michael Jackson. So if we're here to vindicate Michael Jackson, what the hell is the problem with me talking about people who tried to hurt him? I really hope that people are reading this tweet longer and really letting it process in their brain what this guy's motives are, because that is very disturbing for someone to get pissed that I defend Michael's honor. That's really, really, really scary. And he said this is why The Man in the Mirror was the final song in the film. It's the most important. That's not, Michael didn't even write Man in the Mirror. Michael did not write that song. That song was written by 2 other people. Michael did not write Man in the Mirror. The reason why that song was the last in the film has nothing to do with what this guy is trying to twist it. I know why it was the last song in the video, in the movie, and I will talk about that in a later video that I make, but it has nothing to do with what this guy is trying to paint it as. It has nothing to do with looking into yourself and changing the world. That has nothing to do with it. But I will get to that later. But he's trying to paint it like it is because he thinks he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't. And this is not a battle over whose penis is bigger. It's just a simple fact of the matter. This hoax is not about looking at yourself necessarily. Partly, but not completely. Okay? He says, stop chasing Phantom Menace's Brandy and turn the spotlight on yourself. You are the villain in the room. I am not a villain. Like I said, if you've watched my videos, you may know that I clearly defend Michael. I defend him. So how am I a villain? This guy is making no sense at all. Like, he's just completely delusional. He says, I don't create drama, I stop it, and it's time to shut the BS down you've been pushing now for years. He is creating drama, clearly, by making this tweet longer. He doesn't stop drama at all. He's just continuing the cycle of bullshit. Okay, so then he goes on to say, my crew is no cult, never has been. They are just very talented people who put it in their best and do their research and homework. Something Shelley would admit herself she could never quite seem to grasp or didn't care to. If you want to hold on to your best, you better isolate them away from crazies. People like Brandy and Shelley and many others who judge and manipulate sensitive minds. I did Shelley a favor by letting her go because I refuse to keep pulling someone along who is not serious about the work. You on the other hand will continue to lead her on until she's finally hit the brick wall that I know waits for her. Okay, so this is this crew, this clique of people. The truth has a sound. These people who know the truth because they do their homework supposedly. But if you look at anything that these people say, and I'm not trying to bash anybody, right? I'm not trying to do that, okay? But we're going to talk about what's real right now. The shit that these people are saying are things that I have been saying for almost 3 years. They're putting it in a different way. But to say that, like, people don't research it, this guy is so unbelievably cocky and so arrogant. Who would give him the right to talk about people like that? You need to you know what? You guys can isolate me or stop talking. I don't care. I'm doing this for Michael. This is for Michael. Michael is my friend, someone that I love and care about and adore, and someone that I'm trying to help. This has nothing to do. People who are here to learn, understand, that's beautiful, and I'm here to help you, and I'm here to learn from you, to learn things that I didn't know previously about Michael or whatever. But, like, this is for him. For him to say that I manipulate and judge sensitive minds is ridiculous. That's just so stupid. This person has found weak people, and he has lashed on it. People who have themselves hit brick walls. who have given up faith. I swear to God, I can pull so many cards. And so many people that this guy is in cahoots with has told me before, they think that Michael is dead. They think that he has died. So this, what he's saying is just really crazy. Shelly doesn't need to be pulled along, and she doesn't need to leave. She's her own person. Shell is smart. She's very intelligent. She knows. Shell taught me things. When I first met her in my chat room, she taught me so many things about the law, about the powers that be, about the man. She taught me things. She's a very highly intelligent person. She could teach this idiot. He doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. So for him to even say that is just really crazy, okay? Like I said, I'm not leading anyone to a brick wall, and certainly not Shell, because she's a very smart person. And you guys who follow my videos are very intelligent people, clearly very smart people. I read the comments, and I read your DMs, and I read your messages, and you're very smart people. He says you will never find Michael, will never meet Michael, and definitely don't know Michael. Okay, this guy is telling people that he and Michael have been working on this hoax for a long time. I promise you that he does not know Michael Jackson. He has never met Michael Jackson. Michael would never in his life ever condone someone being berated, someone saying, I'm going to drop you because you can't learn. Did Michael ever give up on you guys? No, he did not. Michael never gave up on loving people and giving people chances to understand. He never gave up on that. Everything that he does is to help you understand and know things better. He's never given up on any of you, and he never is going to. This guy does not know Michael or anything about Michael. He's like a typical person who starts out investigating, and they can't understand what's going on, so they start making shit up. They start dragging people down. They start just, oh, I'm an insider. Like, they start that crap because they don't know what's going on, and he is not an insider. And saying that you will never find Michael, personally, I've known where Michael has been for a very long time. Personally, I don't care, because it's not about where he's living, where he's inhabiting. I would never witch hunt him. I don't need to do that, because it's not about where Michael is. It's about where he's been. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's about where Michael Jackson has been, not where he is. I will never meet Michael Jackson. Whatever. And I definitely don't know Michael Jackson. Again, whatever. He could have his opinion. I don't really care. But for him to say that I will never find him, I don't need to find Michael, because I know where he is. And I think there's people who do know that where Michael is. But real people who care about him know that doesn't matter where he is. It's where he's been. They always want to throw up Michael's message when they get concerned. Why is it that you, who have so much negativity swirling around your account and channel? I don't have negativity swirling around my account and my channel. There are people who attack me on Twitter because they're jealous, because they have nothing. Because this is what Karen Joy MC did. This is the same thing. I am a fighter. I'm a very strong woman, and I don't like people to back me in a corner. I don't ignore it. And negativity is there because I fight back. But the bad does not outweigh the good. There are a lot of people who love me, who respect me, who care about me, who I've become friends with, and I love those people. It's not about negativity. If you want a positive change, you have to wipe negativity away. You don't get rid of negativity by ignoring it. That's like ignoring what's going on in the world. You can't ignore it. You cannot. You have to fight it to make a change. And that's what I do. It's not about negativity swarming me. My channel is great. I read your comments. You guys are amazing. And you know what? I have to approve all my comments on my videos. I never get negative comments from anybody. And if I do, I post them. So this guy is so ridiculous in that. There's a reason for this. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so he says, why are your videos called Truth Serum? Maybe you should tell the truth about why you're using that title. People that follow you are not thinkers. They latch onto what someone is willing to tell them to feed the beast within themselves. My videos are actually called Truth Serum for a reason that I'm going to get to when I start talking about the first child molestation accusation, and also what I'm talking about as far as Michael being put under, Michael being mind control. That's why they're called, I'll get into why they're called Truth Serum. These people keep saying that I'm calling them Truth Serum for a negative reason. They're very wrong, and they're going to be proven wrong, so it doesn't really matter. But it's not because I'm trying to have some ulterior motive. They're called Truth Serum because they actually have something to do, that name has something to actually do with the death hoax and what happened to Michael, and well, I like to call it a death hoax. And what happened to, Jordy Chandler, there's a reason for that. So just so you know, that's why it's called truth serum. He says, yes, the hoax is dead as a doornail, and it's mostly because of people like me. I made a comment a couple months ago during the trial that the hoax was dead, and that's because the hoax is dead, because it was never a hoax to begin with. Like I said, it's a way of life. It's a change that had to be made. It's not a death hoax. It's not a joke or a game that Michael is playing. So I said the death, but he's saying it's dead because of people like me. This was never even a death hoax to begin with. It was never meant to be a game that's being played. So that's just a ridiculous statement to make. He says, if you want to know the real message, there is more than enough information and clues out there to discover, but you have to want to put in real work. There's no such thing as clues. There is information out there, lots of information out there, and I say that all the time. Read on it, understand it, know it, but there's no clues being left, because this wasn't planned as a death hoax in the first place. And the real message that Michael's trying to give is exactly what I'm showing you in my videos currently. He says that not sit up and watch lazily done videos by someone who feeds off of other stupidity and ignorance. So I guess he's calling all of you guys who watch my videos stupid, ignorant people. You guys are all dumb. You're all stupid. Yeah, that's what he's saying. You're all stupid. You're all dumb. You don't think for yourselves. You're just dumbass people. That's what this nice person that's personally working for Michael Jackson is calling people who are watching videos about Michael's life being ripped apart. They're all stupid, dumb people. So just take note of that. D-Movie 72. That's what he's saying about all of you guys who, think for yourselves. Let's see. That's the real truth serum. Most will never take it because they don't want to they doesn't want to taste what doesn't taste good to them. Whatever, that's stupid. Mind control is a powerful drug. Yes, I'm mind controlling all of you. Even though my videos are about mind control, people being manipulated, that's what I'm doing. Okay, now the crew belongs to a cult. The only cult going on is the one this girl gets these mindless zombies to follow who can't think for themselves. That's just an insult. Because, like I said, you guys who watch my videos, no, that's just ridiculous. I'm telling you to think for yourself. That's my biggest thing. Think for yourself. Figure things out. No, this crew is a fucking cult of people. Following this guy, calling him the captain when he doesn't know shit. He's bamboozling these people into actually believing that he knows Michael Jackson and he's working for Michael. He does not. He has not, and he never will. So, think about something logically. What's more likely to be a cult? People being called a crew that kicks people out and banishes them for being friends with other people, or someone who wants everybody to just come together and respect each other and learn from each other? Who do you think really is running a cult here? Just think about that for a second. He says Pine Sol Girl needs to stop sniffing the sauce. The effects are beginning to show. He actually calls her Pine Sol Girl. Like, that's really nice to call someone a demeaning name. The email that caused me to make this decision I did basically was from Shelly, and said her and Brandy believe that Captain AO is MJ Viva, but guess how they came to the conclusion? Comparing emails from AO with tweets from Viva. No real evidence and no research, just hunches, wild goose chases, and lies. That is absolutely not true. So I told Ada that I wasn't going to talk about this anymore, so I'm not going to even go there as to why I think that why I thought she's MJ Viva, but it has nothing to do with comparing emails. Trust and believe that it has nothing to do with that. That's completely bogus and not true. Shelly also thought that Flower was MJ Viva at one point. I don't even know who that is, so whatever. Now you've got to question someone's sanity and other motivations when they pursue and get paranoid about people in this way. Okay, this is the best part, okay? If you were interested in studying the message and digging deeper and trying to understand, you would be able to see the truth of what MJ Viva is saying, but neither of you have ever been interested in that because you want to find Michael so you can do whatever you think you're going to do to him. Okay. What if MJ Viva really is Michael? What would you do then? Who knows? It could be the both of you playing him. Okay. First of all, MJ Viva, if you guys know who that is a person who can't even speak English on Twitter, or the English is horrible. They pretend to be Michael. They say Michael Jackson's children on his. They say that Michael Jackson never had vitiligo, that he bleached his skin for art, that Michael hates his family. Just complete crazy shit that I've ever seen said about Michael. Like, a person that clearly does not like does not like, Michael Jackson, doesn't care about Michael. I do not want to find Michael. Like I said, I know where Michael is. I have for a very long time, and I don't need to do anything to Michael. That's crazy. That's like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't need to do anything to Michael. Trust me. He's like a friend, like a father figure. I would never want to do anything to him. So I don't know if that is even implying, but it's just totally ridiculous. MJ Viva has fucked with people's heads for a long time now, and I find it really suspicious that this person is defending MJ Viva. This whole crew of people support MJ Viva. They support the things that's being said. That's why there's something shady with it, and I believe that people in this crew are definitely behind MJ Viva, because there's no way any sane person that has seen Michael cry over his skin disorder, that I believe personally is not genetic. I think that Michael Jackson got vitiligo. I'll refrain from talking about that right now. But he's not responsible for it. He's not responsible for his skin disease or his skin being pale. Any person that would purposely say that he would do that on purpose for artwork is a sick and disgusting person. And these people who are defending MJ Viva, it's shady. And anybody with a brain can see that it's a very, very shady thing. No respectable person, or a person who's even a fan of Michael Jackson or respected Michael Jackson, would ever let that be said about him and say it to be okay with it. MJ Viva is not Michael Jackson. Doug does not know Michael Jackson. So, but I mean, I shouldn't have to even just read this stuff. Read what I'm talking about. It should be obvious to people. Okay. So he says, my point doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to the crew in the scheme of things. Those with shrewd minds will figure out what the truth is, or at the very least get an assemblage of the truth. The important thing is to keep things positive, which neither of you have tried to do. I would advise Shelly and her agent Brandy to stop speaking about me and the crew on forums or anywhere else and leave well enough alone. I am so scared of him. But like, if I mean, first of all, I don't even like go to forums. I've been to a forum in like 2 years. I haven't actually posted on a forum in 2 years, but I haven't actually been to a forum in like over a year. I don't go to death hoax forums because they're like generally full of crazy people, and I don't have time. I don't have that shit to do. I don't need to find those kinds of answers. The things that are posted on forums are things that I am very well of, that I can discredit or just debunk in a second because I know what's up. I've known for a while, so I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even go to forums. And in my chat room, I'll talk about what I want because it's my chat room, and that's just what I choose to do, and no one's going to tell me that I can't do that. So I don't know what he's talking about. This guy is super paranoid. I just found out that he hated me like 2 days ago because he was actually in Pearl Jr.'s, or someone was in Pearl Jr.'s chat room. There were people in there saying that they thought he was playing games, that he was a liar, and I actually defended him. I was like, that's not true. Doug's a good person. He used to make these really good videos. He's not, because I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know he was like leading people to believe that he knew Michael. I didn't know that 2 days ago. But like, people were telling me about it, and I was like, no, he would never do that. And then I found out that same night that he's bashing me, and I was like, what the hell? So I don't know where this is coming from. I don't even know this guy. I think it has something to do with the fact that I know that MJ Viva is full of shit, and he cannot stand that I'm telling people the truth. Okay, so he says, if she is smart, Shell will take this for it, a learning experience. Whatever. All these fan addicts, right back to square one again. This is how I came into this game, talking about these people, and not much has changed. But I'm glad these fakers and obsessed people are being exposed for who and what they truly are. So he calls this a game, when this is clearly not a game. There's nothing that's a game about this. He said he came into this game talking about fake people and fans or whatever, and that's true. But he was a very different person when he came into this situation. Doug was a person that was looking to learn and looking to understand and looking to teach. And he has lost that respect from a lot of people. A lot of people do not respect him. He has people who are blind followers who don't like me. But Doug has lost respect of a lot of people, especially today. And I know that for a fact. My YouTube channel is full of messages from people who like completely do not respect him anymore or believe anything he has to say. So he can believe that all he wants. She didn't call herself MJ Fan Forever and a Day for nothing. You're also not fooling anyone with the double name BAM, Brandy and Mara thing. Come up with something more creative. Okay, so this is what I really wanted to get to. MJ Fan Forever and a Day. When I first started making, before I started making videos actually, I used to go to the main Death Hoax forum, and I would always read these posts from people, and they would say that they have these answers. They have the answers. They know everything, and they would shoot down people and their theories, because they would say, I've been an MJ fan forever. I've been an MJ fan forever. I've known Michael for 40. I've been a fan of Michael Jackson for 40 years. And I would just go, oh my God, MJ fan forever and a day. That's where that came from. That's why I said, when I made my YouTube video, it was like sarcasm. MJ fan forever and a day. It was not about like me being, I have said a million times, I am not a fan of Michael Jackson. I like Michael Jackson's music, do not get me wrong. I think he's a really good artist. He's cool. I don't even like listen to Michael's music. Sometimes I do, but rarely I do, honestly. I am loving Michael the man and his brilliance and his artistry and about life, but his views on the world and on God. But I'm not a fan of Michael's music in that way that's so big. That MJ fan forever and a day is purely sarcasm, and that's exactly why I use the name. But nobody's bothered to ever even ask me how I came up with the name, but that's why I use MJ fan forever and a day. It's not because, like, oh my God, whatever, but that's my explanation of that. As far as the BAM, Brandy Amara, oh my God, that's actually pretty creative. I never even thought about that before, but no. I don't believe in a BAM's day. I believe that I know that Michael, this whole thing's going to come to an end. But I don't believe in a BAM's day. I never did. I was never part of the whole BAM thing. Brandy is actually my name, and I showed you guys my passport. You've seen it. So my name is actually Brandy. Mara came from Star Wars, because actually I was watching Living with Michael Jackson, and there's the elevator scene with Prince, and he's talking about Star Wars. I thought it was such a cute scene, and I actually had never really watched Star Wars before, but just when I watched it with Michael Jackson, after the whole, death, quote unquote, hoax started, and I saw that again before I started actually like making videos, and I saw that, I was like, I've never actually really watched Star Wars before. So when I watched it, there's someone named Mara Jade, I think, in it. And I was like, oh my God, that's a really pretty name. I like the name Mara. So it's a name that I don't want people to really know my name, so I started using the name Mara. And that's where Mara came from. But then I realized, like, I got to know people. My name is Brandy, so that's why I use, my real name is Brandy. And my name is not Mara, it's Brandy. That's my name, Brandy. So that whole BAM, that's just fucking that's so stupid and ridiculous. Like, that's like, that guy must smoke like way too much weed. He is like really paranoid, because that's just crazy. Like, no. No, not at all. Okay, so he says, if any of you value my opinion, listen. These are all crazies trying to find a character. They are not trying to discover the man. Stop being a fan. Okay, so I've been saying, before Doug even started making videos, I was the one that always said stop being a fan. He doesn't have to tell me to stop being a fan, because I'm not a fan. I don't know about Shell. Maybe she's a fan. I don't know. But I'm not a fan, okay? At all. I am a fan of Michael's work to some extent, but I'm not a fan of the King of Pop. I adore Michael, and I have discovered the man a long time ago, and it was me who discovered the man that tried to tell people about the man, and that's why I came up with MJ fan forever and a day, because it was thrown in my face. Oh, I've been a fan for 30 years. That's why I came up with that name in the first place. So I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not trying to find Michael. I'm not a Michael hunter. I don't need to hunt down Michael. I know exactly where Michael was peacefully spending his day every day, and I have known for a very long time. Like I said, but it's not important. I don't care about that. That's not what I'm doing this for. It's never been about that for me. So he says, at this point, I really just want to wish all of them exactly what they've gotten from this adventure. Nothing. I've gotten plenty. He says, loved Doug, aka Captain. This guy calls himself the Captain. So that was his twit longer. Yeah, Doug calls himself the Captain. But like I said, on my Twitter, captains, they take leadership very seriously, and they never abandon any of their crew, and they don't hurt people. This guy did a very hurtful thing to Shell. He didn't hurt me, because he doesn't matter to me. He's just another loser trying to use Michael's name to get ahead. But he really hurt Shell, and I want people to take notice in this stuff and take heed to these things. These people don't care. These people are using Michael's fans and turning them into Michael Jackson haters. They're using Michael's fans to promote negativity. I'm not perfect, but my work that I do, everything that I've done in my work, you guys can take any one of my videos and validate anything that I've said. I post facts. And I do add my opinions to them, but they're mostly facts. And I've always been like that. This guy and many others will come and they'll go. I said a long time ago that at the end of this, only a few people are going to be standing. And it's very true. Michael did what he had to do. And Michael was doing what he has to do. But it wasn't for nothing. And these people string you along and they say that they're in. I've never in my life said that I was an insider. I've never said that. I'm not an insider. It has nothing to do with being an insider. People say there's no way I can know Michael or know about Michael because I'm so loud, and I swear that's not true. I'm me. And one of the biggest things that Michael wishes that he could have done more is be true to himself. And even though people think he was really individual, he was to some extent, but he was never able to really comfortably be himself because people always held this high regard for him, and particularly his fans. So I'm okay with being myself, and I'm pretty sure he's okay with me being me as well too. I'm not even angry, I'm not mad, I'm not heated, but I think people need to take a step back. This tweet long actually posted on my Twitter. I'm gonna post link to it on my YouTube video so that you guys can see it too. I think people need to take heed to this. This is dangerous. People who are so full of rage and so mean and so twisted and so angry, and who will do anything to try to get people away from other than their agendas, you have to pay attention to this stuff and take heed to it, because we're getting down to the wire of this thing, and it's coming to an end very soon. And these people are not here for Michael. They're not here to love or care about him. They're here to cause problems. They're here to hurt people. And so yeah, that's all that I have to say. This is like 30. I don't even know if this video will be accepted. It's so damn long. But I just had to clear this stuff up, and I had to talk about it. And I want you guys to know that I have no agenda other than just helping my friend, like I said from the start, and caring about him and putting his word out there, because he really can't right now. And the truth always comes out, and this is no exception. And people are showing their colors more and more every day. So I was really excited about this whole "The Truth Has a Sound" thing that they were going to do, because Christy, the girl who sings it, I really thought she's my friend. She's called me a bunch of times. I used to talk to her I thought she was my friend, and I thought we were really cool. I'm just like shocked by this whole thing that's going on. But you really can't trust everybody that says they're your friend. Some people have ulterior motives. So I was excited about it, but I really believe that this whole thing to drag Shell through the mud and to disrespect me, it's all a ploy, it's all propaganda to get people to get excited about this shit that's happening on Wednesday. And that's no way that's not PR, that's not promotion, that's not a good way to attract people to your work by hurting other people. So to me, and to a lot of people, they just ruined it for a lot of people who were excited about this project. I mean, a lot of people who are not interested anymore because they're like, this is just negativity and it's hate. So, and notice all along the way, I have not bashed any of their work. I have not bashed any of Doug's work through this whole video. I have never disrespected his work. I have never said one bad thing, but that's how you do it with class. You don't have to bring someone else down to make yourself look better. That's all that I have to say. I've been talking for a long time, and I'm sorry, but I just had to put that out there. So you guys have a blessed week, and keep the faith. The truth will prevail. It always does, and it has again in this instance. So I love you guys, and just get on board for Team Positive and ignore people who are just trying to hurt people, because it's not worth it. Okay? I love you.